I mean, it's a constant pinch yourself moment. I mean, already to have been involved in this universe, in Ant-Man and the Wasp, to not only be invited back, but to be invited back with these actors and with this story and with Jake being the director. I mean, like, it was, I don't know, it was amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
and then the chair backs, the dun 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 dun, moment. That was to share that whole time with all these incredible legends of the MCU, and it's pinch me moment for me.
Yeah, I would say that as well. The absolute pinch me moment. I mean, I feel like, I think the part of the challenge with Thunderbolts was like, you do your best to kind of like zoom in as much as you can. The Marvel universe is so big and so macro, and there's so many characters and so many possibilities. And so then when you're just dealing with one movie, and one like this in particular that kind of is trying to humanize superheroes in the best way as possible, you have to like go from the most macro lens to zoom into something as tiny as like a poppy seed that you're focused on, right? And then you're just like, this is all that matters, and you kind of try and forget. And then when you finish the movie and you get the news about something like Doomsday, you zoom back out and you're like, oh my God, how do I fit in this massive world now? And what is this going to look like? It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The heroes in Thunderbolts are all underdogs, and there's a certain disillusionment in them. Do you think this reflects a real disillusionment of the times we are living in, maybe? Nowadays, can we still feel identified with the classic heroes, or do we need this kind of anti-heroes?
That's a good question. Can we? I feel like, what's so great about the anti-hero archetype is that it is one step less to you imagining yourself in their shoes, right? Because they are so flawed and they are dealing with all these kind of boots on the ground issues that we
it's so relatable. I mean, I remember when Wyatt described this the other day, and it was certain heroes in the MCU. You look at them as aspiring. Aspiration. You want to aspire to be these characters. With our characters, it's you're relating to these characters because it's real. Like you said, boots on the ground. It's real emotions. It's real feelings, and it's okay to feel how you feel. And I think there's a beautiful message is that we're all very much like we're all loners. We're all very much alone, and we don't know the idea of what team means or what family struggles or relationships or how to not be alone in what we are and who we are. And I think what's beautiful is the characters. Eventually the journey of them coming together or choosing to and not being forced to is, I think, it's a definite relatable to me when you go, you don't have to be alone, you don't have to suffer, and
Last, the movie clearly tackles themes of the mental health and existential angst. What does it add to the superhero genre?
What has it done to the superhero genre?
Yeah.
Is that the question?
Like these themes.
Okay, good question. I guess, God, do you have any?
What the themes done to the superhero genre? I mean, what are your...
I think that it's shaken up a little bit of I think that we're gonna, hopefully take more time in excavating these characters with a little more patience and a little more, grant the audience a little bit more permission to kind of stick with us for a little while. And yes, there's a lot of action and explosions and fighting and exciting stuff going on in this movie, but there's also a lot of really great, very rich moments where you're allowed to, stop, pause, and smell the daffodil for a second and really appreciate the characters, and then you get back to the action. I think that hopefully that brings them into this four-dimensional realm.
Yeah.
That makes it you're just a little less distanced from them. There's some, obviously I love and grew up loving like superheroes that are like, you know, that are without very much flaw. But there is a little bit of distance there.
It's cool to be uncool in this movie.
yeah. And we're all a little uncool.
I was like, I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Cool characters.
I do, actually. I think that the movie touches on themes that are themes of today. People feeling isolated, maybe not a part of their community, feeling maybe bad about themselves for whatever reason. And so I think that's why the film and discusses sort of how to get beyond that. And I think these are themes that are of value to be thinking about and discussing that are in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, Julia, even though your character lacks superpowers in a world full of superhumans, she is still a formidable villain. Why do you think is that? What does it make it possible that someone as well can be a threat to characters like the Thunderbolts?
Right. Well, she's a great manipulator. Her superpower is manipulation and being 3 or 4 steps ahead of where everyone else is. And that is, in and of itself, a superpower, even though she's not, you know, flying around and transforming and becoming invisible. But it gives her a lot of strength and a lot of sway over these characters.
Geraldine, you are aware of the rumors surrounding your character, that she's indeed this superheroine called Songbird. Setting aside if this is true or not, are you familiar with the character? Would you like to play it someday, maybe?
Absolutely. Yeah, she's so cool, and yeah, I'm a fan of hers, so yeah. But can't say either way, but love her pink hair. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. For both of you, I would like to know your thoughts on becoming a part of something as big as the MCU, and if this feels different from when you step in other kind of self-contained projects.
It does feel different because it's so enormous and the fan base is so passionate and vast. So to be a part of that is, well, first of all, it's a complete honor, and you know, I think it makes us both work even that much harder because we don't want to disappoint the fans. We want to deliver, and so we're just pinching ourselves to be a part of it.